Why is it so important to have a pure heart? How do we get there? Laura preached on Psalm 51. And Psalm 51 is by David when he was caught with Bathsheba. Now, the backdrop of this story is like the worst of telenovelas. It's like terrible. David has not only committed adultery. That's too light of a term. He has abused his power to kill the husband of a woman that he had lustful intent. He sleeps with that woman and has a child. And he wants to hide everything. That's terrible, terrible, terrible. And you might say, well, I've never done such thing. How is it though that when you read Psalm 51, you can relate? Well, because we have the same heart. Jesus says in the Sermon on the Mount, he says, if you look at the woman with lustful intent, that also is for women, by the way. If you look at the man with lustful intent, you have committed adultery in your heart. The action is in your intent, in your heart, right? That's where the decisions are made, in the heart, biblically. Later on, he says, if you call your neighbor raka, which is like a terrible swear word, if you are not just angry, but like if you have wrath over somebody, you are the same type of person that is a murderer. Whoa, right? And that's why when you read Psalm 51, we have the same heart. It's just the degrees of evil that we have let ourselves go to. At the core, we're all human, and we have the capacity for terrible, terrible evil. So Psalm 51 applies to all of us, not just the murdering adulterers, right? Because we all have the same heart. Now, what Laura said, why is it so important? Well, in Proverbs it says, guard your heart above all else, because why? All the issues of life spring from it. Everything, all the decisions that come from the center of your being, right? That's like who you are. Now, obviously, if you're thinking medically, that's my brain, right? But you get the point, like the center of who you are, that's where decisions are being made. And so you have to guard it. You have to purify it. You have to clean it. You have to show it to God and ask Him, purify my heart. I'm going to read just a few verses out of Psalm 51. And I encourage you, read it by yourself as a prayer. Not just when you have done something where you know you've done evil, but use it as a regular, like as a weekly cleaning, if you will, or a monthly one. Have mercy on me, God, according to your unfailing love, according to your great compassion. Blot out my transgression. Wash away all my iniquity and cleanse me from my sin. I know my transgressions and my sin is always before me. Can you relate, right? Sometimes it is that, or you've done something like, you cannot stop thinking of it. Now, against you only have I sinned and done what is evil in your sight. So you are right in your verdict and justify when you judge. Well, in the end, all evil has been done to God, right? He is judge. He's holy. And evil is a direct attack at God. Surely I was sinful at birth, sinful from the time my mother conceived me. Yet you desired faithfulness even in the womb. You taught me wisdom in that secret place. It's like this dual nature of wanting to be good with God and having a heart that can go to evil is embedded in human nature. Cleanse me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Let me hear joy and gladness. Evil can make you like depressed. Let the bones you have crushed rejoice. Hide your face from my sins. Blot out all my iniquity. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. And it goes on. Read Psalm 51. Read it, even if you think you haven't done anything evil today. It's not to start to get, depressed about you, but to realize that God is the one who is pure. We need a heart change again and again. All right. God bless you. One thing to remember, tomorrow, Tuesday evening, we are starting our with prayer meetings. You can join in the early morning at 5:30 over Zoom and at 6:30 at the hub to pray. We'll do that this Tuesday and then next Tuesday and then next Friday. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful week.